Thank you to the presenters. I'm a principal education officer. I work at the Ministry of Education, Region 2 West. Okay, we deal with teachers. Nin teacher leka doko, yalon teacher olam karandirat. So kabra yal the presentation of start. Ombudsman abeteata. But alko atul first one or lafta ming nyinenka wala nyintikwa. Ali mo jelle yalon ko office bi jemin ikafu mi ombudsman. Yalon teacher ala population of Seattle and don't tolbe regional office le. And told senior officers in cases Jamal Legge, me and it has to do with teacher affairs, teacher well-being, teacher personal issues, or they have issues or even school or between one teacher and another. So sometimes at talent level me and intervention need either from the ombudsman because Gambia man teacher service commission sort of. Teacher service commission not Robinunja. Then at a need la put ombudsman a teacher la affairs jube. But in cases sort of jail, but sometimes I can tell up to another level. So saying ombudsman bal bijele, how sensitized are people? Puriya lonko ombudsman bijele abe Gambia jane. Mu dokulaji civil servant deal nanga mo jille along the percentage puriya lonko ni problem also to isirano ombudsman. Killing one muna comment killing. Second one, ning yes civil service GB, there is general order. Ila conduct BDL, that is code of conduct. There is the constitution. So I told as ombudsman, which of these new documents I told ka Allah do kwenye, ali jurisdiction sotole, ali ofale, So I told, what is your Allah working? I be linking to any. Is it linked to any of these documents that I've mentioned? Because, you know, it has to do with people's rights, fonte. And rights has to do with law sometimes. Okay. And the third one is, how free is the ombudsman? That's my third comment. That how free is the ombudsman? Because Cabral Bala presentation, I heard you mention that ombudsman came into existence because it was an act of parliament. Okay. Act of parliament is fine. But how free is ombudsman? Because even the government sometimes, they infringe people's rights. Am I not right? Even government sometimes they are supposed to do something. I'm not talking as an opposition. I'm a civil servant. I'm a senior officer. But what I've observed, that's what I'm talking about. And I think I have right to say what I want to say. Sometimes government is not right. And how independent is the ombudsman? To an extent of rectifying or pointing out to government that this is happening and what are you doing as a government? You are at president. I'll conditional, sometimes it's not okay. So how far are you pushing? If you are independent enough to and bold enough to tell government, okay, the food that they are eating is not nutritious, the diet is not good. So if you push and it's not happening, how far are you going? Thank you.
Sensitization. How sensitized? What percentage of the population is sensitized or adequately sensitized? I wouldn't be able to cite any figure or percentage, but I would say that it's low. Awareness creation is low. And we are going to do whatever we can to ensure people are adequately sensitized to the role and function of the ombudsman. This could have been just a ceremony where we would gather, the governor would give a speech, the ombudsman, and it is launched with this person. But he said, no. It is going to have a component that would, a sensitization component, where we would gather them and we would sit down and have a session with them and discuss issues, the role and function of the ombudsman, so that people will have a thorough understanding of what the ombudsman is about. So I think this is a reflection of our commitment to ensure that sensitization is prioritized. Resources are needed for sensitization when you need to go to radio or television or even gatherings like this, you want to give people, fair to go back and give them food. That's normal thing to do. So we do have resource constraints. We would knock on other doors to ensure that we have the needed resources in order to create awareness. Independence of the Ombudsman. The Ombudsman is independent. The independence of the Ombudsman is guaranteed by the Constitution. Section 165, Section 164, yeah, is about the independence of the Ombudsman. So, Ombudsman is not subject to the direction and control of any individual or authority, but subject only to the law, and not the Constitution and the law. And so, this is a very strong provision in the Constitution itself. So the Ombudsman is an independent body. To the best of our knowledge, since the creation of the Ombudsman, there has not been any interference with the work of the Ombudsman. So we have been free. We have been allowed. I think what did mention something in Korea, because it was established in 1999. So that was the time of Jammeh, and he definitely supported the Ombudsman to ensure that there is no interference in the work of the Ombudsman, and that the Ombudsman was able to execute its mandate according to the law. So how free? We are free. Independent? We are independent. I think those were your concerns. And the teachers. I think the teachers are not different from the other civil servants. All civil servants, all public officers are supposed to be adequately sensitized. They're also supposed to know what the Ombudsman is about. And honestly, we do have, when we have institutional clinics or meetings, we do go to schools. And yes, we have not visited many schools. You have, I don't know how many, you're in your field, sure. But it is a process, and we will continue to do that. As for the issues of the general orders, the code of conduct, in my presentation, of course, it was done in Mandinka. When we say Sartol, those are the things that we mean. Investigators, that's what they utilize. They look at the general orders, they look at the code of conduct, they look at the constitution, they look at your service rules, they look at your public service regulations. These are the documents, the administrative instruments. There is no investigation for a public officer who's right or who is claiming an entitlement, and the relevant document is not consulted. That is part of the investigation process. So these are the documents that we use to help us arrive at a conclusion relating to the complaints or issues that you raised.
Yeah, okay. So